Kaigaku from Demon Slayer, or Upper Moon 6 as he is also known. So, landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. We got a head tilt, we got a hand holding a sword, so quite complicated. Take your time, use a pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast, right? So let's go. Center point of my page is about here. We're just going to come up and start with his right eye. And his head is tilted, right? So we're going to go diagonally with this eye. So let's go. So we're just going to go a curved line this way. And it kind of spikes at the end. And then we'll thicken this up a bit. So we'll just add some extra weight to the line. Like so. And maybe like a little spike coming off here. Sometimes Demon Slayer likes to do that. Like that, right? Bottom eyelid line, so down here. Back up. Like that, and you can just thicken this one up a little bit. So it depends if you want to do anime or manga style. So I'm doing this from a manga drawing because this character hasn't been shown really in the anime. So eyes then, right? So big, round, dark eyes. Into there. Round like so. Right? And of course, Upper Moon 6, and it's kind of like written on his eye. So this is kind of tricky. So because it's like Japanese calligraphy. But I'll try and simplify it a little bit. And it's hard to see in the manga. It's kind of like done with a brush or something. So let's see what we can do. So we'll just go a line down here. Kind of like a cat's eye. That does look pretty cool on its own. But we'll go there. And then down that way. Like a number 7. And then we're going to add some like extra cross parts. Right? So like going across here. Going across the top. And then like some sort of squiggly thing here. And then like an L shape there. Something else here. There. And then what you got to do is like thicken some parts up to kind of like give it the effect of a brush. It's pretty hard. I know. But you just like thicken the ends up a little bit. Just to make it look like it's kind of blobby and sort of done with a brush kind of thing. So you're just adding like extra sort of lines and weight, just thickening it up a bit. And I think his eyes are just black around here. So normally demons have like the veins and stuff, but his is just black, it looks like. And he has some extra stress lines sort of around his eye here. And then an eyelid line just coming around here. Like one like that. So we go over and do his other eye just here. It's about half an eye width over. So you'll fit like half of his eye inside here, between the two eyes. And then you just curve a line over the top again. Like so. And we will add some extra weight to it, thickness. Thicken it up. Maybe a little spike coming off down here. And you can make these like as thick as you want, really. Right, and then down here, bottom eyelid line again. Just curves around. Like so. And we'll thicken it up like a little bit. Right, and then iris. Curved line coming around. Imagine it's like a full circle, but the eyelids are like covering it up. And then again, more calligraphy inside here. So we got like a line, like a cat's eye there. One coming across this way. Something else going down here. This one seems to be a bit simpler. I think that's all it is. Oh no, there's something else on top. Right, and then you gotta like make it blobby looking. So you just gotta add like some extra sort of weight to it, basically. Kind of like that. Right, so then eyelid lines, just coming around here. And then his eyebrows, he's got really big eyebrows, right? So, and they're not the same on both sides. So say on this one, it goes up here, comes across to a spike and back down. Right? This one kind of curves the opposite way. So it goes like this way. Like that, and then we go back, down, around to there. So both eyebrows are different, and he's got like a frowning line there. So for his nose, right, so say imagine like his nose will kind of come down from his eyebrows. You have a little curved line there, and then there's just these little hatching lines that Demon Slayer characters have just coming down their nose like that. And then the little curved line for his nose. This sort of S shape just there, and his nostril like that. So his mouth, so he's got like a evil pointy looking mouth, right? So it like curves down to a point in the middle, and then it will go back up, down, into a smile, right? Like that. And you notice like the smile kind of ends, the lines end sort of underneath his iris here on the inside, right, more or less. So that's how wide. So to open his mouth, then we're going to go down and around this way. Right, and then we have like a shadow and stuff just in the corner of his mouth, just here. And then we're going to give him teeth, right? So he's got fangs basically drawn in, right? So you got like a fang here and a fang here. And then we just join these together. Like so. It's kind of like darker, it might be semi-open. So the way to do that is to just thicken up this line. So it looks like the teeth are kind of, there's a gap. And then Demon Slayer, we got that shadow on the bottom lip. Kind of a V like that. Oh yeah, and I forgot some extra sort of lines around his eye here. And chin, pretty pointy. Arrow just pointing that way. And then we're not the same on both sides of his face either. So we've got a jaw coming up here, stops at his hair, and this one goes the whole way up towards his eyebrow. Okay, so this is the jaw side. So this is a bit more basic. So it'll go diagonal this way. And then it starts to curve around here. So we'll go like up this way. And then on this side, we'll go up around for his cheek, in towards the eye, up around the brow, and up to there. So slightly different now on both sides. So he's got a hairline that comes all the way down by his hair up here. So like from, let's say, we'll go just here. Right? It kind of like flows down this way. There. And the other hair is just a fringe spike up here. Right? And then he has all connecting hair spikes that come across. So like so. And then there's some extra details inside on his face. So he's got like some veins and things that come in on his forehead. And then he's got these cat-like marks, like tiger sort of face marks here. of thing. So then his hair, okay? So he's got this long sort of piece that comes down this way, right? So we'll do that first. So a couple of hair spikes for this that go back up there, and his ear would stick out from behind. He's got a real pointy sort of elf-like ear, just there, and then more hair spikes that go around the back of his head. So we just loads of these little sort of hair spikes that look like shark fins, kind of like that. And eventually we'll go around to the top of his head. You might have like an extra one or something here. You got a part in the middle of his hair, so it changes direction, bumps like that. And then we go down the other side. And this actually bumps again here. Like so. Okay, so you might have like, some extra texture lines on the hair. Like that. Right, so we got his body and his hand holding a sword that goes behind his back. So we'll get the body done first. So there's a bit of detail in this. He's got some chains and necklaces and things on, right? So let's just get kind of the main shapes first. So his neck kind of comes down from his hair here. And this goes into like his collar. That like comes around here. So like goes down that way. So it just actually goes a bit further under the chin. That's a bit of a mistake, but I can erase it after. And then we have the white line just here, and there's like an extra sort of line just going up and down there. The other side, the collar comes from around his neck on this side. So we'll go like around here, and then we'll go down and in. This one goes in there. And the top of that down this way, and it has a white edge as well here. So then his kimono, right? So this line just kind of keeps going down here, and the kimono on this side, he's got this white collar kind of thing that flows down here somewhere. And then his shoulder comes off here. Just sort of hangs down, loose clothing. You might have like some fold lines. Like that. His other shoulder goes off towards his arm, which like bumps and folds off this way. Eventually it'll like meet his arm here somewhere. Right, so you got all these kind of fold lines that come down, hang down, just there. And his elbow will come out here somewhere, but we'll just finish the details in here first. So around his neck, there's like these chains that kind of have symbols on them. So say we'll go from like, so there's like something coming around here, right? Curving. It's like a double, so it goes that way. And then this goes in to a hole there. And then this symbol that comes around it. So it's like, it's the same symbol that Naruto has, and in the Rinnegan and the Sharingan on Sasuke too. It's kind of interesting that it's used here. So this goes up that way, and there. Then we got some collarbones lines just here, just some anatomy of his neck, like a neckline. There, neckline, like here, like so. Then we have another chain dangling down here. Same thing again, pretty much, right? So this line here, this is just the thread, and then it goes into a hole. And there's that symbol around it again. I don't know what the official name, I think it's Tomei, is that right? I'm not sure. Another one of those, and then another piece of thread there. And then this other piece of thread goes in behind. Goes around his neck, obviously. That way. Another one here. There's like some extra stuff on it. Like that. And two little dangly down bits. Like that. And then the center of his suit just going down this way with a couple of buttons just hanging out here. Make some there. And then like yellow tiger spikes or something like what's on his face just coming across his uniform this way. Goes underneath some of these chains. There. Something similar on this side. Like that. Okay, so now this arm, right? And it seems to have all bandages, and there's like another chain on the wrist. So, let's see. I'm working from two different images here now. So. Okay, so say like, okay, the black of the sleeve, it sort of like bumps down this way, right? I'm gonna guess it like dangles off there, but I can't see it really. And then this comes out, bumps out to what I can assume is the elbow there. And then the rest of his costume goes back that way. Okay. And then this arm will kind of bump up, right? Because it's got these bandages, right? So it goes up, bumps in every now and then. So bumps up, bumps in, up, in to about there. Well, I tell you, I'll go the whole way and we can erase anything. So this comes across his wrist, and then this comes down and just joins this kind of section here. And then each of these is like a bandage or something that comes across his arm, like so. This goes up there, that way. Right, and you can have a line running down the side here. Like that, and I think buttons as well. 4 of them, like so. So his wrist keeps going. So we'll go this way, quite thin. Sort of wrist there. And it meets the bottom of his hand, which sort of bumps across here. Right? And you could have like wrist bone there. And he has another chain like this coming across here with 2 of those symbols, okay? So like a little bit of a line coming across here. If you draw over anything, you can just erase or color over. Goes into a black shadow on both sides like that. And then that symbol again. just here. And anything inside here I'll erase, right? And color then. Then we have another here, same thing. But yeah, and you can erase those lines inside. For the hand that you shouldn't see because this is on top. And I think there's like another fabric line or something there as well. So then, fingers wrapped around a sword. So you can't really make out so the direction of the sword, I guess, comes from here, and then the fingers sort of wrap around it. So say we'll do side of the hand. So this is always tricky to kind of get, you know, proportion and everything right. So side of his hand will go behind the sword. The thumb is over the top of it, so we can kind of draw that in. Thumb comes across, and he's got a long, sharp thumbnail here. And then this comes down. And we got like some faux lines there, right? So the sword will sit, the handle of the sword will sit here. So I'll just draw sort of a line. I'm using a ruler. You don't have to, but I will, just because it's faster, see? And this should go down this way. And it'll meet the hilt of his sword here. So it won't go the whole way. It kind of stops here, and then we have these bumping kind of lines. And it actually goes behind more hair. There's more hair here that I forgot. Sorry. Some spikes. Oops. Okay. Alright, so there's a bit more hair there. And then this bumps around. Right, it's kind of like, gets a bit sort of three-dimensional. So you want to add kind of like an edge line. And then the rest of that sword goes in behind his shoulder. There. And it's capped off there like that. And then this goes up around. And so lines like this just to make it a bit three-dimensional. Okay, so the fingers come out the other side of the sword. So I'll go up to the top. There's like a little cap on the top of the sword here, right? So it's like this little sort of metal, I don't know what you'd call it, cap, basically. Irish people aren't good at speaking English, just so you know. I know I'm speaking English fluently, but I am Irish, so we mess up sometimes. So then I'll bring down the handle of the sword, and then I'll do the fingers over it, and we can erase anything we shouldn't see. So I'm going to guess this way. Ooh. Right, so then fingers wrap around, right? So you'll go one finger, and he has these sharp nails, right? So it's kind of like this bump. And then they go to these sharp fingernails that come around. Go around, and you'll erase the line inside the finger there. And then you'll just kind of keep doing that. Next finger. Sharp nail. Next one. So fingers can be tricky, so. And then the final one, I think, goes in behind his hair, kind of here. And then goes down towards the thumb. In behind it here somewhere. Sharp nail. And then we got like these triangles coming down the handle, typical of a samurai sword. And where would it come out? So say you go out here. And, you know, sometimes you might have like just some lines coming in here beside. There is more detail sometimes on these, so it's kind of personal choice how much you want to do. And there, and maybe some like palm of the hand lines. Like that, maybe some knuckle lines or something. And that is it, I think. That is how to draw Kaigaku, Upper Moon 6 from Demon Slayer. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.